Hello, friends. Today we will look at a couple of moments from the wonderful Canelo-Crawford fight. I got a sincere moral pleasure. Worthy, great champions boxed in this fight, yes, I really liked it. And the most important thing that was interesting to watch was two completely different styles of boxing. Therefore, we will analyze several interesting points that took place. Well, by the way, I've released a new course, Punches in Motion, in English. I recommend it. Follow the link in the description. And Sonia will help us show these moments. As you know, Crawford works in a right-handed stance, which means he's left-handed. Yes. Show me Crawford. Here. Okay, roll over. Come on, show me. Oh, that's it, you're Crawford. Yeah, me too. The legs are a little wider. And the grouping of her body, mind you, is the same as Crawford's. But Canelo Alvarez is moving in a different way. He has a slightly different stance. Please note that this is present. And this is exactly the moment when, let's say, who usually lures? The one who conducts the attack, right? And there was also a moment when Crawford just understood Canelo's movement. Well, of course, they study each other before the fight, but it seemed to me that this was already homework somewhere, or that his seconds and trainers had successfully instructed him during the fight. What was Canelo doing? Canelo, as a left-hander with a right-hander, always tried to fight for the front hand.
Than it actually is, and you see him doing the... Crawford not only has
not happened yet. And he is a big, strong, rehydrated. There was no rehydration clause, by the way. Canelo can win.
Canelo knocks down the trajectory of his forehand and immediately tries to land a right-hand punch himself, as if it were almost a deuce, yes, to which Crawford does not react a couple of times, but catches him on this move. Trying to knock his arm aside, yes. And that's what happened. Movement. So.
This is a moment where Terence Crawford stood his ground and got his respect.
That's right, take your time. Oh, and please note, I want to emphasize once again that it is clear that after he allows his hand to be removed, he immediately makes a side slip. That is, he is not waiting. When he already knew what Canelo would do, he would immediately hit a 1-2. That is, at the moment of knocking down the opponent's hand from the defense, Canelo had a micropause. Crawford doesn't wait for Canelo to hit him, he immediately bends down and lands a backhand. That is, as if anticipating. In fact, it's a very well-prepared combination. This is the first point. And the second point is that Crawford's stance and Canelo's stance have changed many times. Please note that Sonia is currently in Crawford's stance. Just a little bit like that. Somewhere right here, even more. Here are the wide legs, the body is constantly working. Yes. So. And Canelo Alvarez is a real puncher, he works at a medium distance. And look, this is a special stance, the position of the back. And there were a few moments when Crawford repeatedly threw his arm forward. And that's where Canelo was going. And here, Canelo's back straightened, and his movement. He no longer reaches his opponent, because Crawford has a wide range of body movements.
One of the questions is he can do whatever he wants to do with Terence Crawford. One fighter is bigger, not by much, but he's bigger, and where he can do whatever he wants to do with Terence Crawford.
Make a few movements. I'm even trying to hit you. Yes, shift back. There were such moments. Yes. A straight backhand. Just a little more. Bend over straight. Lean forward. Lean in harder. Right. So, guys, we're talking about stance and grouping again. Crawford has the ability to have a round back, wide legs and perform amplitude movements both forward and backward. Stance, which was clearly demonstrated by Canelo, well, that's the specifics of his boxing, his thing, that's how he boxes. It goes without saying that this is neither a bad thing nor a good thing, but when his back is in that position, you have to be pretty close to the middle range to land a punch. Long strokes are impossible. An attempt to execute them will be visible. This movement should be performed with your back. Therefore, he couldn't strike often. Plus, the back bend is small. You will not be able to make a backward movement. It was in this component that Canelo lost to its rival due to lack of mobility. And please note, the seconds and coaches in Canelo's corner were constantly telling him, they were showing him, Canelo, come closer, work harder with your torso. But Canelo has never boxed like that. Yes, but they saw from the corner that just going forward is not working. Crawford's mobility and footwork, of course, let's just say, nullified all of Canelo's plans to exchange punches at mid-range, although Crawford did not abandon the exchange of punches during the fight. At the beginning of the round, they exchanged a few punches. What else did I really like about Crawford? This does not mean that Canelo is bad, but he is what he is. Yes, in this case his technique was not enough. Two different boxing styles. One style is more playful, more mobile, serial, I can't help but note. And if Canelo is obviously constantly set up to strike, he goes, takes aim, wants to strike all the time. Sonia, hit me once on the hands with your left and immediately step back and to the side. I'm trying to move forward. 1, 2, and that's it. And as you can see, she bounced off and left the line of attack. Back and to the side. Come on, come on. For example, 2 steps back. Yes, that's right, that's where you step aside. That is, it no longer turns out to be a motionless opponent who has not stopped and is not waiting in place for him to be hit. Canelo comes a little closer, the jab immediately flies to the left, to the right, he went to the sides, a little bit, that's all, he let Canelo run after him, which, of course, tension, constant tension, relaxation and actually made him tired. Tension, ready to strike, damn, breaks down, relaxes again, prepares again, tension again.
Partial land to the body by Alvarez, under 2 minutes here, round 2.
Crawford not only has to jab, good exchange from both guys. Balance, keeps him thinking, and allows Crawford to land shots that may not be nothing tonight than he did yesterday at the weigh-in.
Rehydrated. There was no rehydration clause, by the way. Canelo can wait.
This is Crawford's manner, she allowed, let's say, to exhaust Canelo. Of course, that doesn't mean Canelo wasn't preparing for the fight, and it goes without saying that he wasn't ready. Well, no matter how hard he prepares, he gets tired soon anyway. Thanks to Crawford. It was he who forced Canelo to spend a lot of energy on preliminary preparation of actions, which causes additional fatigue. It is at this point that I would like to draw your attention. Canelo's movements are numerous turns to the left, to the right and, yes, the so-called side step, sliding step. Sonia, show me the side step movement. Come on. Into me, that's right, step back.
Right there from Canelo. But the inactivity or the rust has not shown. It looks like Crawford is fresh, and that he might have needed that rest, at least at his age. He'll be 38 right after this fight.
He doesn't look.
This is called a side step. Left, right. One more time. Start moving to the left, and now to the right. 1, 2, turn around. Shuttle step.
Times has been a slow starter, sometimes by design.
Alvarez is a master at his body position and taking ground and making the ring small, subtly and quickly in fights in that first round. And you see him doing that right here. He's just slowly taking ground and he's forcing.
You're creeping up softly, creeping down. Look, please, this is a side step, that is, we have a step movement, shuttle movement, and this is a side step, guys. That is, your primary movement is not up and down, but down. Downward movement, the leg goes out to the side. You have a moment of free fall. Sonia, please. Look. I'm standing in one place. I can reach Sonia. Yes, without moving my leg. But look, I'm doing a downward movement, like a squat, relaxing my hip muscles, look what's going on. My head remained in the same place, but my foot is now next to hers, I am now at an average distance from her. I can strike. This is one of the basic initial elements of the side step. That is, I'm moving down, down, up, pumping easily. Look, short steps, and then I jump out. That is, for the opponent, my head is not moving forward with my foot. He's not afraid. It seems to the opponent that I am staying in place, but in reality my leg is coming out and, getting up, I am already at a striking distance, pushing out my mass. This element is the so-called sliding step. Please pay attention. That is, the foot does not move up and forward, but down and forward. This is the so-called slide step. It is at this point that I would like to draw your attention. I would like to remind you once again that the course, Punches in Motion, has already been published in English. Yes, there is a link in the description. If you are interested, follow the link below. See you.